The governor of Wisconsin ordered National Guard troops to Kenosha on Monday, hours before police skirmished with protesters and cars were set on fire by demonstrators. It was a second night of civil unrest after police wounded a 29-year-old black man named Jacob Blake, who was shot in the back as his children looked on. The protests add to the ongoing furor over racism and police brutality that has gripped the U.S. since the death of George Floyd in Minneapolis in May. Governor Tony Evers said he ordered state guard troops to Kenosha at the request of local officials to support law enforcement in maintaining order. He also decried what he branded excessive force in the shooting of Jacob Blake and called for lawmakers to consider police reforms.
Okay, in my opinion, if you're against the use of excessive police force, you wouldn't be allowing the riot cops to be using banned chemical weapons, nor be calling in the National Guard.
Also stand against excessive use of force and immediate escalation when engaging with black Wisconsinites. I've said all along, we must offer our empathy. We must see the trauma, fear, and exhaustion of being black in our state and our country.
Okay, so then, are you pro defunding the cops, as well as, the removal of qualified immunity and stuff, and the actual prosecution and conviction of cops, or are you just saying words to make people feel better?
Tensions first boiled over earlier on Monday afternoon when Kenosha Mayor John Antaramian sought to address scores of protesters outside the city's public safety building, demanding the arrest of officers involved in Blake's shooting. Drowned out by the shouting, jeering crowd, the mayor ducked back into the building, and demonstrators tried to push their way through the entrance behind him, scuffling with police who struggled to block their way.
Well, so the mayor, attempting to pretend to care about what's going on, does not like the reaction, so he goes back to his little hidey hole, protected by his cop friends. What scum! They're gonna next part. They're gonna say that they use CS gas in order to fend off the people trying to enter, and CS gas underneath the Geneva Convention is an illegal chemical weapon, but it's used against civilians and stuff, just like a lot of other banned weaponry in war, like the LRAD, or the long-range acoustic device, which was demonstrated in New York City during the Occupy movement underneath the Obama administration.
Moments later, police in riot gear reportedly drove some demonstrators back by dousing them with pepper spray. Demonstrations in Kenosha first erupted Sunday evening after police fired several shots at Blake, who appeared to be unarmed. Blake's father told reporters on Monday that Blake was in stable condition following surgery. The shooting occurred as officers were responding to what they termed a domestic incident, and according to a statement, police immediately took the victim to the hospital.
Okay, the domestic incident was happening, according to witnesses, between two other people, and Jacob Blake was just trying to break up the people fighting when the cops come and tase him.
But authorities gave no further explanation of what led to the incident. It was unknown whether the officers saw something inside the vehicle to justify deadly force.
We will never know that because the cops don't have body cams in Kenosha. No cops have been fitted with them yet. So that means we'll only be able to take their testimony on it. And we all know that cops are big-time liars. They will lie in order to protect themselves and their fellow gang members. We know that cops falsify forms. They'll lie on the witness stand. Look in, I think, New York City, or maybe it's LA, where like a few cops have been caught falsifying reports of people being in gangs, and like 7,500 cases are going to be affected by that. The cop that killed George Floyd, it's come to light that there was a incident involving him shooting a person where him and the other cops lied on the form. So cops will be lying about this as well.
The Wisconsin Department of Justice is investigating the incident and said Monday the officers involved have been placed on administrative leave while the investigation is underway.